you got it.
Oh, actually,
I'm proud of you.
Score.
Proud.
Yeah, well, I'll make it as an analyst yet.
I'm going to make a quiz for you. It's going to include all the Willow skills as well. So
oh no.
Get revising.
Oh no. Alrighty then, well let's get into it. Empire versus Fly to Moon, the final game in this best of 3 series. The loser, they're going to be locked down to the lower bracket and have to face, I think, Gambit? Or is it Effect? I can't remember. Gambit or Effect?
I can't remember.
Effect. See, look at that, so prepared. So yeah, the loser had to fit Effect. I mean, that's no easy target, you know. Effect, they were in from... nobody. Actually, neither of these teams. They lost 2-0 to Fly to Moon, but... Oh no, they haven't actually played Fly to Moon yet.
So
okay, so that could be interesting.
Effect to the team with G on as well, though, aren't they? So that'll be...
They are.
Yeah, that's definitely not an easy game, whoever has to play against them. So both teams are really going to want to try and get through here. Do you think we see the Radiance build from Lifestealer this game, that we've seen so much recently?
I mean, obviously the corrosive skin makes it a little bit less appealing, but I think it's still pretty good. Also the miss chance is really decent. I think it's a strong possibility.
Okay.
I'm just going to sit on the fence. What about you?
I hope he doesn't. I really want him to go for the physical damage game this build, especially against the Luna. You just got to run at her, and you know, it's all about tempo this game, I think. And
yeah, and also like versus the Viper especially, like I always think it's valuable to get some physical damage and just, you know, Armlet not like good versus him though. I mean, obviously the poison's always going to take you down, so Armlet toggling becomes an impossibility. So you're just going to think about that, but that's just a minor point, I guess.
3 runes to Fly to Moon. Game's over.
Oh, there you go. All right. So FTM are going to advance to... No, just kidding. Let's look at the lanes. We have Iceberg versus FN in the middle lane. This is Viper versus the Death Prophet. I think, like you say, you know, Viper does pretty well versus the Death Prophet, but overall, it's not going to go anybody's way. It's going to depend on the support rotations, I think.
Yeah, Viper wants to really just like harass somebody down, but he can't. Like you see mid lane at the moment.
There we go. Straight away,
he can't get in his face. Can't get in his face just because of the siphon. But now that it's down for 40 seconds, he might try and abuse that. True,
absolutely. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, we have Nyx versus Non-Grata with No Fear and Pushka supporting up. It's going to be interesting once again to see the Dark Willow. She Bramble Maze this time, once again. Very valuing that skill.
Yeah, I'm personally not sold still, but you know, because of this long cooldown, I think that's the main thing. But it does do damage and it is like a little root, so good combination of stun and damage.
Yeah, well, we will see how this lane goes. It's going to be an interesting one to watch for sure, because, I mean, obviously you don't see Dark Willow an awful lot. And, yeah, is Nyx going to start feeling the pressure, or is she going to be okay? We shall keep an eye on that one as things go on. Miposhka taking a lot of damage here, and actually using the Bramble Mage, but Miposhka can just walk around it and still continuing to harass up.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that Nofi has a salve, but Miposhka doesn't here. I think that's the main difference. So Nofi is going to be back up to full health, and...
That's true.
This is a trouble now for Miposhka.
Alright, and our last lane to look at, we have top laner. Uh-oh, Ghostic is in a lot of trouble here as that open wounds out on Tim. They're trying to turn it around and get the first blood onto Always Want to Fly, but will they be able to make it? Ghostic taking so much damage here. A couple more right clicks will do the job, and there we go. They get the first blood on to the Beastmaster. Yoku still wants to take him out. Oh, misses a stun. Always Want to Fly. Duke in the right way, and Yoku will not get a kill because of that.
We blamed this ping situation, but it's obviously not a problem here.
No issues.
That was really big. And in mid lane, you see at the moment, like, I think this is how it's supposed to go. You've got to just sort of trade farm against each other.
Yep, Luna's struggling a little bit at bottom off the starting grid, but obviously we'll see how things go down. They did have the creeps under the tower for quite a lot of time there, so that does make all the difference, but they're really actually not coming forwards here. Now we're going to lose a couple of creeps out for this.
Yeah, I think she's going to send a salve out on the courier though soon. She actually bought a stick from the base instead of buying it from the side shop on the Luna.
Ugh, the lack of efficiency.
So that's interesting.
Disgusting. And yeah, it's a pretty even game as we're going about it right now. I think Fly to Moon might have a little bit of an advantage to start things off just because its offlane is going so very well for them, and they did manage to get that kill at top. So
Yeah, I think if anything's going to happen, it's probably going to be top when we get a few more levels. But it might, you know, if Disruptor pushes up too far, it's a possibility that then PokeSka dies. But as in this mid lane, I don't expect either of these heroes to die. So
no, mid lane is pretty much just pretty even. I think you're underestimating the bottom lane now. I mean, with Dark Willow and the Legion, I mean, we already see them going pretty hard here as they're trying to chase down Nyx. You know, if they want to really contest this, if they want to seriously contest this lane of the Empire, then they're going to have to really kind of step up their support game. Sand King getting really low at top as Silent is able to take him down. Ghost Stick unable to save his teammate there. And yeah,
it's so difficult to lane against this Lifestealer with two melee heroes, even with a Sand King.
Yeah,
he took the Feast at level 1, so he's got 2 points in it at level 3, so he's not afraid to trade hits and just sustain himself through. Like, you can't try and trade hits against this Lifestealer that has 2 points in Feast. When you run a dual lane, you really just want to be trading hits as much as you can.
Yeah, and it's just not really happening right now. The Silent's doing very, very well for himself, and even Always Want to Fly going to go for both of the runes.
Like, Always Want to Fly is halfway to level 4 at the moment. He's having such a good game.
Jesus, so they're going to have the Burrow Strike on Silent. Look at him, he still goes for the last hit before he runs away. She's like, 1 second guys, alright, I'm done. I'll run away from you now. Oh, I'm so scared. But he's got 10 charges on his wand. He's got 10 charges on his wand. He doesn't care at all. He's actually going in hard here. And Yoku, he does get a stun onto Silent. But he does get that 1 charge off, and there they go, they get the kill. Always Want to Fly does drop to Ghost Stick, and actually Ghost Stick chasing down Silent, but actually holds back on the axis. They're only level 2, so they wouldn't have finished him off. Being very, very efficient there. Doesn't want to put his skills on cooldown for no good reason.
I think it matters more that Lifestealer doesn't die, because like, he's the core in this situation, so... Oh, FN dead in the mid lane, though, to the rotation from the Willow. So much damage coming out from those 2 points in the Shadow Realm and the Bramble Maze. How do you stop this hero? Apparently you just echo everybody, that's the answer, but...
Yeah, that's well, won't be happening this game.
Sad face. I Always Want to Fly level 4 now.
I like her. Do you think this is deliberate by Ghost Stick to get rid of all of these trees here? Oh, jumping onto the Rubik. You talked about his level 4, but they may be able to get a kill here as Yoki's chasing forwards. He's got the stun in 3 seconds. I think he has to dive this. Oh, he gets the 1 more right click off. He doesn't have to dive a thing. Silent, Rage still available, so no real threat here.
Yeah, Beastmaster's gone for the 2-0-2 build, so he's not afraid to try and trade hits either, but with there being 2 heroes. Rubik's not a great right clicker to try and, you know, really damage people with. He doesn't really zone people very well, so... PokeSka just poking away at no fear as well.
Yeah, a little bit of trouble. We'll pop that Shadow Realm as well. One thing I wanted to point out in this top lane is you notice these trees here are completely gone. Is this a deliberate decision by Ghost Stick here, just to get rid of them and stop them being harassed from the tree line by Always Want to Fly?
Yeah, it could have been. It means the Rubik can't be so sneaky as well, and you have to try and play towards the secret side of the side shop if you really want to just be sneaky around the fog, but yeah, I don't think you want to do that because then you're further away from your tower and they're just going to dive you anyway. I like what Always Want to Fly is doing though here. He's just left the lane now. He knows it's really difficult at this point to try and fight into those 2 heroes.
Yeah, it's changed very quickly. They took advantage of it in the early levels, and now they're kind of going like, okay, well, if we just leave the Beastmaster and the Lifestealer to farm against one of that, it's probably advantageous. Now they're actually baiting out Yoku here. Did he spot the Rubik? I can't think he has, because surely he would have gotten out.
He has.
Ooh, the tension. The tension rising in this middle lane.
And this fight is level 6 now as well. Oh, level 7 even.
No less. Yeah.
It does have range drops too. Does Iceberg have range? No, Iceberg doesn't have range drops yet, so...
Oh, bottom lane, we do have a kill, but we'll look towards mid as they're going hard onto Iceberg here. Throw it in with the stun, but the Spirit Siphon is comboed up the Exorcism, and Yoku is in a lot of trouble, and he does drop. Now in the bottom lane, we did actually see the Legion Commander going down to the Luna with a couple of lucent beams and a hold still from PokeSka, who got really low in that engagement. But,
it wasn't even an Eclipse there. I'm really surprised they managed to bring the LC down. Yeah. I love what Nyx is doing here though. He wants to skill his Moonglaves up but doesn't want to push the lane yet, so he's just holding his skill point on the Luna.
Smart. Very high IQ. Iceberg taking a fair amount of damage here, but she's going to get healed right back up by the ghosts, so really not bothered. And yeah, there you go.
Silent does have the Radiance queued up.
Oh no. Well, I mean, I like it. It's not the best, but in my opinion. But obviously, Silent is.
Fly?
Well, they're actually he's taking a lot of damage from Ghost Stick here. Luckily, the stun stopped Yoku being able to get off that Burrow Strike.
Oh, bot lane as well. They're getting so aggressive behind the tower.
Yeah, looks like...
I mean, I honestly don't know. I wish I'd have seen how the Legion died.
This could be a Dark Willow in trouble here, though she does fire out the damage onto him post. That is a lot of damage, and there is that heal coming out from the Legion Commander. Nyx just doesn't have the mana for it, though. She's chasing down the Fairy, and there we go. She has got a Lucid Beam available, just wants to use the right click, and now actually turning it around onto non-grata here. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, we do have FN dropping, and Iceberg as well. There's Silent takes up residence here, so it's all going off. It's going off everywhere.
Iceberg did just fall, I think it was to the Viper strike after he died, after the Viper died, so at least the Viper didn't get any XP from that, and in fact nobody got any XP. So that's the main thing.
Yeah.
Silent was actually mid lane as well, so...
Yeah, he was. He just...
He didn't even TP. He's just TP'd back top.
Yeah, he infested inside Rubik, I think, because he TP'd in, or something else.
Okay. Oh, that's a really good play.
I'm assuming. I can't be sure. He might have walked, but...
The infest is off cooldown, actually. So
no, it was on cooldown a second ago.
Oh, right, okay.
Anyway, moving on.
We'll so Eclipse wasn't even used for that kill bot, though, so they still have to be wary of the threat of that Eclipse. And I think this is a completely different kind of tempo to the game, because the last two games we've seen them value kills so highly on both teams, but at the moment, like, all 6 cores are farming okay. Like, there's nobody that's really falling behind, which is usually, like, at least one of the heroes of the 6 is, you know, having a really rough time, but...
Yeah, it's very evenly matched so far, and we'll throw it over to the net worth and see slight indication of that. I mean, Silent is very far ahead thanks to these kills and thanks to his awesome lane going so far. Nyx quite sniffily behind that one. Iceberg doing much better in the mid lane, in fact. Thanks to a couple of kills onto FN, so yeah, not huge differences, but definitely a slight win.
Flight to Moon have to be really careful.
Flight to Moon.
Yeah, they have to be really careful not to take really stupid fights before the Lifesteal has the Radiance, though, because at the moment, they, like, their net worth advantage is like, I think it's 1.5 to 2k or something, but like if they take a fight without...
As a law, it's kind of a rule that you don't want to take stupid fights at any point in the game, but anyway, they're going to make a play onto Empire FN here, and they lift him up, even using the excellent for it. Oh my god, this is commitment with the duel as well. Can they take him out? They can, but here comes it. Clips coming through from Nyx, but Nyx also taking a lot of damage. Non-Grata running around the back lines of all places, will get caught out by Yoku. Ghost Stick, not sure you want to go for this one, buddy, as the Spirit Siphon is up, the Ghost flying around. Ghost Stick's got to be careful. Can they take down Iceberg? If they can, it makes things much easier for them, and yes, they do. Push the survival, no help, and the stun onto 2, following it up with
Axis. My word.
Oh, baby. No fit. Oh, the Willow nearly takes him out, but can't quite do it. Ghost actually running in to slap her in the face once more time with the axes, and Ghost gets a double kill, and that was a fantastic fight for Empire, so you know, that fantastic analysis from you earlier, they don't want to take stupid fights before Lifestealer got the Radiance. Well, they've taken a stupid fight before Lifestealer got the Radiance. That's very harsh.
I think they don't want to take silly fights with the Lifestealer is what I meant. Like, if they want to use the Exorcism, then it's fine, but you know, like, the Lifestealer's net worth is nowhere near as... Like, it's not representative of how powerful he is at the moment. Because if you have 2.5k gold sitting in the bank, your Lifestealer at the moment is actually... His net worth is actually 2.5k, really, in terms of items, so...
That's a very good point. Very good point. And yeah, I mean, it wasn't a bad fight. That's the thing. Like the TPs in from Empire were immediate, and they thought they could take it anyway. They got the duel victory, sure, but the turnaround was really surprising from Empire, and that was thanks to the ultimate on the Luna just landing really nicely and doing so much damage in the end. Yeah,
and the thing is, Silent was just farming top that whole time as well. But at least, and they did kill the 2 cores, so they got the Luna and they got the Viper, which are the 2 big ones.
Yeah,
I think that's the most important thing.
And they only lose their death profit in return, so
yeah,
you know. But it also helps the Beastmaster come online as a core, which is not actually something you should overlook, because you know him with a Necro book, you know, this is their push. In combination with the Luna, this is some serious pushing. So,
and it is it's not a great Beastmaster game though, because they do have the Legion to reply with.
Yeah, true.
So I don't think they're too worried about the Beastmaster getting farmed, but I agree with you. Like, Necro 3 it's a lot of damage, and it gives them so much push, especially with all the uncontrollable damage coming out from like the Radiance.
Yeah, I was about to say the Radiance and the Exorcism means that these Necro units are going to be like little time bombs to go off in the fight and just randomly pop away at people. It's going to be pretty nasty for the melee Necro unit.
It's a DD that spawned bots, so I wonder if they can. It's not a great rune on death profit, but. We'll see. We'll see. I love that Silent.
Yeah, tower push. They're looking to take the tier 1 at bottom. Mid. They're lining up on Nyx. Always want to fly and no fear. Waiting around now. Do they see Yes, they do. They do very much see the Luna. And here we go, lift up, throw him back. Silent is there to eat away at the Luna, and there with the front maid as well. They will take it out. Now Ghost comes in, he has the flash out. We'll use it onto Lifesteal, and the Terrorize with the Bramble Maze available. And there's the static storm from the KUNKKA. It's doing a lot of work. Can they take down the Dark Willow? Yes, they can. And in goes Silent, and yep, the dual return onto FN. Non-Grata running forwards. FTM feeling very comfortable about that. Mikoshka trying to juke hard, but can't find a way out of this one. And Non-Grata will find that kill.
I love how Non-Grata knew exactly where he's going to be. Like, he knew he was going to be juking instead of just walking away through the trees. He just walked up instantly and knew where he was. Like, instantly. That was so good. Really good fight, though, from Fly to Moon. And Lifesteal actually has his relic gold now, so...
Yeah, the fact that he survived that was pretty amazing. He got a great infester in and then didn't waste any time getting out of it to help output some damage. So yeah, really risky play by Lifestyle actually. He could have played it safe and just tried to stick around and escape a little bit later on, but again, helping out with the team fight, and then that gets him closer to his relic, and he doesn't die in the end. Very nicely done. Good
but again, both cores going down as well. The Luna and the Viper, that's the big thing. So.
And this is showing it. We've got a very strange net worth graph here. We have 3 of the Dire heroes on top, and then 4 of the Radiant heroes, and then the 2 supports on Fly to Moon quite significantly behind. So.
Yeah, but when this Lifesteal gets the Radiance online, there's going to be a big point here where Fly to Moon is so much stronger than Empire because they can't deal with the Lifesteal already, and then he's going to have this Radiance coming. Like, if you can't burst the Lifestealers down, this sustained damage coming out from the Radiance through the fight.
Empire, they seem to be playing around this shout cooldown, and they actually have the Lucent Beam now as well, and it all gets revealed. And, oh no, the Polish got up to the high ground, gets taken out very quickly. They do get the shout onto the Luigi Commander, follow it up with a Lucent Beam. The epicenter ripping through. Sorry, oh no, they're trying to go onto Iceberg here. Can they take him down? The Axis flying through him on Silent, trying to take care of Nick, who actually cancels his TP. What? And now getting eaten alive. The Infest Bomb going to do the damage. It's a nice burst strike through. Going to help them out and keep FN alive a little bit longer. But Silent is just not dying here.
He's going to try and fight still.
I mean, they're kind of they're really confused about one another here. And actually, Yoku's going to jump in. Yoku, be careful! Oh, he has got the Sandstorm. Can they kill him? Can they kill him? No, they don't catch him inside. Toshka, just get him! There we go. They finally bring it down, but he buys the Radiance just before he dies. Oh, he would have had enough gold for it anyway. I had enough spare, but still.
Yeah, he was fighting next to the shop the whole time, but he didn't get the relic until right at the end when it was just him against those two. It's unfortunate.
Jesus, dearie me. Well, very big fights coming out in this early game, and 15 and 15. You know, it's no big advantage here. I mean, 3k gold going to Fly to Moon, but they don't have the same farming potential that Empire have with this Luna. If they can make enough space for her, then they may be able to find a little bit of leeway in this game, which will help them come back.
You have to remember that was without Exorcism as well, so they actually have Exorcism and the Radiance online. Which this is the next fight for Empire is going to be really scary. They do have the Blink online from the Sand King though, so that's something. Like if they can pick the DP off before the Exorcism gets used, then I think that's their best chance of taking a fight.
Yeah, I think you're right there.
So we saw Luna go for the Helm of the Dom before, when Silent played it. Nyx has gone for the Mask of Madness instead, so
clearly more
both variations. Yeah, I think it helps your farm speed in general, but I think the Helm of the Dom offers more, like in terms of team push, like orientated. So they really want
that's right. I mean, when you have a Beastmaster on your team, you don't really need that other extra creep as well, though.
Yeah. Or DP top. She's trying to bait, but she doesn't know the sanctions there.
Here we go. He's charging up that ultimate, and now with the Yosa, it's going to do absolutely nothing. And now the duel coming out onto Ghostic. This is a beautiful bait textbook by Fly to Moon here as they take down Yoku as well. That's 2 lovely kills there. As Empire thought they're being a little bit cheeky there.
Yeah, that was a great bait by Fly to Moon. They just use the press the attack as soon as the Roar comes out, and this region has 40 duel damage, and we're only 16 minutes into the game, so looking really good. And especially like the support levels of the
Poshka, gotta be careful as she walks right into Non-Grata here. The Non-Grata blinking forwards, trying to deal the damage, but the glimpse might save him. Yes, it does.
DP popped Exorcism, but isn't gonna find anything. Okay, not sure about that. Okay, Iceberg just.
The tactical, tactical exorcism. Maybe there was an arcane rune about to run out?
If I look at the cooldown...
No, don't. Just...
doing a good job of pushing towers with this Lifestealer Radiance now, though. They know they're really strong, so...
Yeah, top goes down. I mean, maybe it was a bait, you know, if I pop Exorcism in this lane, it's going to force everybody to this lane, and then our Lifestealer can push top.
So smart.
Yeah, that was...
level thinking.
Yeah, that's it. That's where we're at now.
I talked about the Solar Crest on DP in game 1, which I can't remember if
no, he didn't get it.
So I suppose actually going for the Solar Crest after the Yule's just fine. Really good armor against the Beastmaster, against the Luna. I like this pickup a lot, and it's going to help them take Roche as well with the Exorcism, which I think is probably the big reason. Like they know they're going to be strong before the side of Empire, so if they can get that Roche online with the Exorcism, wait for the next ulti, you know, the next Exorcism to come back online, and they can just take all the rest of the towers on the map.
Solar Crest on Lifestealer as well, so double upping.
Wow.
Going for the double crests.
I'm surprised at that one.
Yeah,
I would have thought
especially on your cores as well.
Like,
it feels...
Yeah. I thought the Lifestealer would have gone for a Halberd or something instead, maybe. And he's actually just invested into the Legion, so...
Yeah, there we go.
Here we go.
I mean, the evasion is insane, though. And, like, you could just single out the Luna and make her miss everything, but here we go. Who are they going to find? Ghostic is a really big pick-off here. They see him. There we go, but can't quite find the dual range. He pops out to get the open wounds, and that is smart. And with the rage... Oh! Cancels the duel, in fact, so... Ghostic actually stands a chance of no. I mean, yeah.
I can't remember what the exact range is, but I think it's something if the duel gets broken out of 1600 range, then the duel just ends automatically. So when the Disruptor sent the Legion back there, it just broke the duel instead of them carrying on walking towards each other. That'd be 1400. I can't remember the number off the top of my head.
Well, Nick's going pretty hard in this top tower as the Dark Willow comes out to help defend it. We have a Burrow Strike onto Non-Grata here as he jumps right to that shrine, anticipating a gank, but actually it's just Empire backing out here. Overwhelming odds on some Pushka.
Yeah, they don't really have that good initiation and
TPing out, it's a risky one as it's a long duration, but is able to pull it off. Now bottom lane, they're actually trying to kill Iceberg, and with the glimpse they will be successful in keeping him in place. Stun to follow up, and there we go, that is a death prophet onto their trophy cabinet.
Yeah, she did have Exorcism online as well, so I think they're going to try and push this bot tier 1 now with the Luna, since everybody's down in this bot lane anyway.
Oh yeah, let's go.
The creep waves are in a decent position for them at the moment, so there's, like, you know, if they take this tier 1, there's not really much chance of them losing anything on the map.
And there's some really beautiful synergies between the Beastmaster and the Luna here, with the Inner Beast and the Luna Blessing just gives it pretty much everybody. All the heroes on their team are really strong push.
That tower just melt.
Boom. What? And it's dead. There you go.
Might carry on going.
I think that's
no,
risky.
there's a smoke.
This is, the Ghost Stick is going to get caught out once again. The Infest Bombs. Silence being so aggressive on this lifesteal, just constantly, every time Infest of cooldown, he's just like, yeah, let's go, let's go. Yeah,
I think that's the way you have to play it when you go for the Radiance build, though. Like, you don't want to be sitting farming. You just want to be well, lifestealer in general, not even just the Radiance build.
Okay.
But
Invis No Fear is just kind of... Nyx is sensing something is up, actually. Do they have this? Oh, they had a sentry here. Okay, yeah, nice.
Okay, yeah. Cool. No Fear has gone for the Veil again on the Willow. Again, it's not a bad item at all. Gives you good stats. It gives you good HP too. Going for the so he's going for the Yules as well, which is the same build as last time. They might actually look to take this stack with the Lifestealer.
Oh, that'd be cheeky. That'd be very cheeky.
They did scout it out.
Yeah.
This Lifestealer is so massive at this point as well. Like,
he is a big boy. 2k net worth above the Luna.
Luna does farm faster though, and she does have the Hurricane Pike to try and help deal with the, trying to kite the Lifestealer. So that's something.
The Lifestealer kills faster, and he's been doing that very much so.
That's very true. Only one death on this Lifestealer, so I'd be surprised if they didn't try and take this stack. They just want to get... Yeah, okay, they're just going to get the towers instead.
Popped. There is a Fortify available if they want to use it. They fancy it.
If you look at Iceberg's quick by now, he realised that Silent has the Solar Crest as well, so he's just going for the BKB.
Yeah.
You can actually Solar Crest and Medallion the Roche, and both work.
Yeah, that's pretty nice, especially with all the anti-armor. Yours himself up.
Yeah.
Alright.
He was really trying to set up for a glimpse kill, and like Iceberg pinged out his team, and he was like, "Guys, like you need to be just don't back off for a moment here."
Yeah. In case I get hold up, 1 second. I got a thing to do.
There's one tower left on the map for Empire, and they're rapidly losing the map control. I think they need to try and get out here while the Exorcism's on cooldown and try and find a kill.
Yeah, I think so. But I mean, it's finding kills is actually really difficult for them. They have this Blink Dagger on the Sand King, but then you know their Viper just doesn't really have the farm to be hitting really hard right now. You know, he's got that Hurricane Pike, but against the heroes of Fly to Moon and how they're playing it, you know, the kill potential is very difficult for Empire, and they're the ones wanting to kill. And there we go. It's another Toxin for the Rubik. Ramble Maze is out, they're going for it, they want this duel. Can't quite find it with the glimpse. In fact, lucky that did he cancel it? Maybe I thought there was an animation there. I'm not sure if FN got out of range or whether the glimpse, or whether he cancelled it so he didn't get glimpsed. I don't know. Yeah, I think you're right.
So they're just trying to push this bot lane in at the moment to try and force rotations in from Fly to Moon. Do they really want to take a fight here? I guess with Exorcism on cooldown still.
Jeez. Beast wants to manage to find himself a Necro Book level 3.
Yeah, he's just rushed it straight away, so just gone phase through straight.
Oh, here we go, we have the duel onto the Poshka here. They see him, they take him out, and that's a duel victory for Non-Grata.
They need to be careful they don't get caught off anymore.
68 damage already. Yikes, 23 minutes into the game. This is worrying for Empire. I mean, last game we saw FTM, they were able to play this sort of game. Where they were just putting so much pressure onto Empire, taking names all over the place and really got an advantage. They couldn't finish off the game. That's not going to happen with a Legion Commander on your team, because if you keep giving away kills to a Legion, she's going to keep on getting damage, and that's going to make your game significantly harder.
And they have the Exorcism this time on the DEP, so Annie has the BKB now. So
oh man, this is Snowball executed to a very, very high level. And this is what we see a lot from Fly to Moon. You know, the strongest thing about them, in my eyes, is that they were able to hit their timing so brilliantly.
Yeah, and I think both teams need vision around this Roche pit right now, because this is going to be the next big fight. And if there's a fight happens here in this top lane now, both teams take Roche well, so whoever wins is just going to walk into the pit. And so they both need to be so careful not to give anything away here.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's questions being asked in Team Empire right now about why they're giving away so many kills, and they do have to be careful. You know, this Legion Commander, 68 damage, that really is troublesome.
Yeah, absolutely. The thing is, Legion should be the least of their worries out of the 3 cores as well, but like you said, when it's getting to the point where all 3 are going to be an issue, then jeez, like...
Yeah.
The thing is, Legion has to play weirdly this game, because does he want to be the one that jumps in and initiates, or does he want to let the Beastmaster initiate, take the Roar off, and then counter-initiate himself? I'll be interested to see how he does it going into the mid to late game. Yeah, this is the Roche.
Yeah,
I mean, Empire they're not in a position to be able to defend this here. There's not enough people around the pit. But Luna's just trying to push in this bot lane as hard as she can while they're going for the Roche.
First strike in, Stacking's going for it, he doesn't actually get anything for it and does drop. It was a nice idea, did time it well, but in the end, not quite working out for him.
High risk, high reward play. Sometimes you just got to go for them, you know. They see this ward on the high ground. Okay, they did get it. Didn't have quite the vision until the Hawk came online.
And they find the glimpse back onto, always want to fly here, but no fear is there to back him up, so we'll chase them away, and that is an ulti from the Koshka as well. Less than ideal.
The Iceberg's coming in from the side here as well, so if they don't TP out now, one of them might get caught.
Iceberg's hungry.
Ghostic's being so greedy here.
Yeah, what is... Is he using his axes or... I don't... Okay, he's gonna die. Uses a shout onto the Rubik here, but will not get the kill in the end, so that is an ulti and a life thrown away there. Ooh, middle lane jumping onto the Viper as a Non-Grata. They can't quite finish the job, so they won't get the kill there, but they won't get the duel, but they will get the kill. The Silent comes in to finish the job.
That's the thing, if you can set up the duel right under one of your own towers for someone to TP into straight away, then even if you don't get the duel, and like you say, it's going to be a kill, and again, they've been punished. I'm not sure why Ghostic didn't TP out there in that bot lane. It was off cooldown, I'm pretty sure. Not sure.
Yeah, it definitely was. It definitely was. I had my eyes on it.
If he'd have had a blink, it might have been okay to get away. Oh, Luna top lane actually might be in trouble.
Uh-oh, Silence chasing. Look at the damage! Oh my god, this is a Luna. She had a lot of armor there, and the Silent just ignoring it. You know, he's got the Solar Crest. Solar Crest is very, very good versus those high armor heroes, and Silent is just going mad right now. And this is his old team. This is Grudge. This is Grudge Gaming right now. You know, he's like, you kicked me. I'm gonna play Lysander and haunt your every nightmare.
Oh, mid lane as well.
Lane, yeah.
Might be in trouble.
They're looking for the crab.
Okay. Never mind, okay, so, but this is the thing, they have Aegis out, and they have Exorcism online, so this is go time. And they want to push it. Looks like they are going for the tier 2 top, but I don't think they'll burn the Exorcism for it, so...
what a repeat of last game so far. Yeah, exactly. It does feel a little bit more one-sided than last game, I think, but even so, no Fear glimpse back inside the...
he's not scared either.
Yeah, he's just not bothered. It's like, oh, I just pop Shadow Realm and be happy, and actually non-grinder thinking of coming in, popping the Blade Mill and press the attack as well, but not interested.
Yeah, there's no need for him to force that dual fight there. You know, just wait until you're going high ground here. You need to just help your team and focus on the objectives instead.
Look at Silent here. Look at this dive. He just goes straight onto Maposhka there. He gets shouted out. That's exactly what he wanted. Well, the ultimate from FN used as well. This is an Aegis though. They're committing so much for an Aegis kill. And look at the Terrorize tearing them apart, forcing them all back to base.
They still have Eclipse and they have BKB on Luna, but they still
back onto the Legion Command. I mean, this could be a good kill, but look at Silent just running in. The Epicenter gonna rip through the back lines, but no follow-up means no kills. Yoku, he's in a spot of bother. They might be able to take the Aegis off the Silent finally, but they still get the return kill onto Yoku, and the Exorcism is going to work. Silent running back. He's got the rage. He could break out of this anytime he wants to, but he wants to get a couple more spells used on him first. It's a dream for him.
Could just rage TP at any point and he's fine because the Beastmaster's dead, so... That's probably... sorry, Beastmaster's used Raw even.
Yeah, he's actually going to rage for the Rax and now TP out. No, won't last in time. Oh, the glimpse. There it is. Yeah.
It was very greedy. I mean, like a range Rax doesn't heal, so there wasn't... I don't think there was any pressure on him to finish that off.
I mean, there's a pressure of taking the Rax of his whole team, you know. The guy's got a vendetta.
He's put bounties on their heads, so...
Yeah.
He actually has the linkage as well on the lifesteal is so farm. He has so many items, and we're only 29 minutes into the game. He's got one slot left to fill.
Nearly 20k net worth. I mean, let's just look at this graph quickly, but it is falling very much out of control for Team Empire.
They get a mid-tier 1 though. You know, that's something. They get an objective.
You can't count them out. Empire have such brilliant push that if they are able to get a kill, then it's very likely that they could get a Roshan or they could get a couple of towers and find a bit of a way back into this game. But 11k is not an insurmountable lead. But with the heroes that FTM have, and also all of these dual wins on the Legion Commander, I mean, actually, she hasn't been able to keep it up throughout this past sort of 9 minutes or so. But
yeah,
it's still very scary for Empire and. Just a very difficult time of the game for them. So the fact that they're getting towers is actually a testament. You often see this with Vipers though. Like, Viper is considered this kind of mid-game king, but against all the three heroes of FTM, he can't really do a whole lot. And what we end up having is this Viper who, he can poison people up in team fights and he can throw down nether toxins, but really, he's going to miss his timings, and his team is going to be effective later on in the game when they surpass the FTM timings on the lifesteal and the Legion Commander and such.
Yeah, Viper's one of those heroes that needs to have a good start though to...
Uh-oh, Ghost Stick, he's got a haste rune. I think he's being a bit too brave with this as he gets dueled up and taken out, and there we go, there's another duel for the Legion, up to 82 damage now. The counter rises.
82, that's crazy!
Certainly a lot.
So how long until the next Roche? So Roche may respawn minimum time in 2 minutes, but with the Beastmaster dead and the Exorcism online, they might just go again here.
Wouldn't surprise me.
They should be scared at this point. We saw how much damage they did even when before Silent lost his Aegis, so he wasn't scared to run in. There we go.
There we go, yeah, just coming straight up. I mean, the Sandstorm just going to be cancelled out by Iceberg, no problems there. And up we go.
It's a level 3 Exorcism as well. Solar Crest onto the art.
Yeah, they're actually doing a pretty good job of keeping them away. I mean, the Bramble Maze is slightly annoying, but it's mostly going to land on creeps. And I suppose he can't quite stay in range to finish off this tower, but there we go, one more hit forward, that'll do the job.
Yeah,
Smoke
they
up,
just need to back off
fly
now.
to moon. This could be a bait, or it's a Roche.
Yeah, I think
Roche
they just sit on this high ground here and wait to see if somebody comes in, but...
Yeah.
Okay, so they're just going to take the Shrine instead. This is good, because, you know, when the next Roche comes up, they can take away this TP point, then get some sort of map control, map advantage. Like we say, any objective's a good objective, so... Stop that pesky Sand King trying to TP into the Shrine and just go for that Aegis the second time.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And yeah, still stacking the, they've got the Solar Crest and still no Solar Crest on the Death Cover, which I think is very actually smart.
Yeah, you don't want to go double Solar Crest, it's just a waste of gold. I like that Lifesteal is going for a Nullifier now, so if they can just catch the Luna off before she gets her BKB, then... Empire have smoked up though, so they're looking for something here. They know that exorcism's down again, and they're doing a good job trying to fight in between
it. But look at, like, Flight to Moon always know. Side's just running away without finishing off those little creepies there, and...
Yeah, nobody's defending this top lane on the side of Empire, so they know they're going to be out like looking for a kill somewhere. I mean, well played by them.
Could this be a bit of a criticism about Team Empire? Like, they have gone, in these past 3 games, they've gone for a lot of these 5-man smokes, and every single time, Fly to Moon have been able to sniff it out. You know, I know, like, Empire have been playing qualifiers recently, and maybe some not quite up to the same standard as them, playing in the rest of the qualifiers, though that said, CIS is a very, very even region, had some of the best games here, but maybe they've gotten used to, you know, being able to get away with these 5-man smokes, and when they come against Team Fly to Moon, you know, they're just not going to fall for it.
Yeah, that's true. Empire have had a lot of experience recently, though, in terms of like against decent teams. Like you said, they went to the Captain Draft as well. They won the Dream League Season 8 qualifier. So they have been against top teams before, especially these players. Like
yeah, for sure. I just mean recently.
Yeah, like these are household names, like Always Wanna Fly and things. Not Always Wanna Fly, sorry.
Yeah.
On the LC, but like FN and Yoki and Ghostic and things. I agree with you. Like the smokes, it feels like in all 3 games the smokes haven't really achieved anything. So maybe just been a bit too predictable almost. Because like you said, they've been very similar in how they've done it in all 3 of the games. So maybe if like
just leaving a hero back or showing someone else, or maybe like just all 5 heroes disappear from the map whilst your side lane's getting pushed in. People are going to sniff that out.
Yeah, like I don't know. Fly to Moon have done their homework and they see that Empire like doing that, and they would have spotted that out. Well. That's coaches have become such a bigger thing in Dota now. Like having a coach or like an analyst of some sorts. Like using data might. Like there's so many factors in Dota that using data's hard, but like if you can pick up the right data and like use the right numbers to try and help your team, then
that's
done it again.
Something. Oh yeah, always want to pause. That's my boy. Get into a major so we can get him a new internet. But yeah, I mean that's something I want to hear my analyst saying. Using data is hard.
It's all about picking the right data, though. I think that's the thing, because like I mean, there's so many variables and there's so many different types of data you can collect.
No, for sure. There's so many different like things going on in Dota. Like smokes. You have Roshan. You have team compositions. You have ultimates. You've got like towers and wards, and there's so in depth that like a coach can make all the difference, and a good coach especially.
Map movement and farming rope patterns and things are the most important things.
Yeah, because if you know someone's farming pattern, you can predict pretty safely where they're going to be at any given point, almost.
Yeah.
So that can be massive if you can figure out. And also, the best carry players won't stick to one farming pattern.
Absolutely, yeah. You need to change it up if you can. So the whole of with each draft, you kind of tend to play in pairs or like 3s, and so this game it hasn't really felt like it though. Like how. Livestealer and the Legion have been playing together quite well, and then the Death Prophet, the Rubik, and the Willow have kind of been playing together. They've been split up into 2 groups, but like Empire, I don't really know how they split their team up in terms of trying to maximise their farm and look for kills.
No, they're very much a unit. Like the Luna needs to be there for the damage, the Viper needs to be there for the slows, and then they need that big lockdown from the Beastmaster. Otherwise, things are going to get messy very quickly. So yeah, like you say, they can't afford to split up as much as. Fly to Moon are able to, and Fly to Moon have recognised that, and they're taking full advantage of that by just being more mobile and going for pickoffs and punishing Empire a lot every single time when someone's out of position or not with his 4 teammates. Yeah,
and Roshan's up in 19 seconds as well with the Exorcism up, so again this is going to be the next big objective.
Pretty dreamy.
If Empire don't win this Roche fight, I think the game's going to be super difficult for them to try and come back into. Because if Livestealer gets this Aegis, he can just afford to not care. He has the Nullifier now as well, so
and it's
going to be super hard.
Empire, I mean, they don't have the same caliber of comeback potential that they had in that last game. Like their high ground isn't fantastic. Their team fight isn't quite as good, I wouldn't say. I mean, you've still got that epicenter combined with the Eclipse. So those are 2 big ultis you can bring through. But
yeah, I don't know, like
I don't know.
this
It's not the same
in...
as the cooldown and the Echo Slam and everything from last game, so maybe that same potential is not going to be there. That said, it's not impossible for them to come back for sure. Like a big fight is, you know, it's only 12k difference. We've seen comebacks coming from much bigger.
Yeah.
And
they need a pick-off though. I don't think they can win a fight. But like at the moment, Flight2Moon know exactly where they are because bot lane's being pushed in and no one's dealing with it. Same problem as before.
And,
I love that Poster's got a gem on the Disruptor, by the way. So like, they're losing the game and they know that they have to just try and do everything they can, like I said last game. So just try and get all the vision away from Flight2Moon and try and take fights however you can. Like, you want to have the vision advantage in Dota. It's one of the biggest things you can have, so especially around this Roche pit at this point.
Yeah, I mean, the importance of Roche can't be understated. Like, the gold, yeah, the Aegis is so good, especially on heroes like last year and Death Prophet and the cheese as well.
Yeah, the cheese is the big one now on the Death Prophet because Aegis isn't great on DP just because you don't get the exorcism when you revive, but if you can keep yourself alive with cheese, then ooh, it's going to be difficult. She has the health talent now as well on DP, so even harder to bring down than before. 500 health.
Ooh. That is a tanky old ghost lady, isn't she?
Yeah, I love that Sai just killed off the Hawk with the Radiance as well. He just stood next to it for a little while and let it die.
Sleep now, little Hawk.
And I have got a decent ward down here though, that's, you know, spotting a lot of these rotations. I think they just saw that smoke actually.
Ooh.
With that ward.
They're actually going to smoke straight away into it, and they find the Legion Commander, and then knock down the Static Storm as well. Throw it, shout in. Can they kill Dolgrata? Yes, they can, and out pops a little present, but the Bushku Goal comes out and trying to chase people down, but the double stun from the Cursed Crown. Silent can't find a target, might be able to get the Pushka at least here. Tries to run up the tree. Oh, and that's a gem as well, so that's quite nice for them. No. Meanwhile, Ghostic trying to TP out of this one. Did they have the Yules available? They do, but unfortunately, the Beastmaster timed it just right, but as we were saying, Flight2Moon may well fancy themselves a bit of Roshan here, but Empire, they've still got two big ultimates. I think Flight2Moon, if they want to do this... Yeah, they can't get there. They can't get there. They've got no shrine.
Yeah, and the top lane's pushing in as well. There's a double catapult wave. I think Flight2Moon are playing so carefully, though, which is the right thing to do. Like, the only way they lose this game now is if they take a really bad fight, so... Like, they're just being really careful about how they go into the Roche pit here. Especially without the exorcism, and it's, you know, it's not easy. Empire are coming back in, like they really want to fight this.
Yeah, Sanking's going for it now. We'll be spotted with that Bramble Maze. It's not going down that quickly, and yeah, Yoki needs to be careful. He's got the force stuff though. He's just going to run to safety. Empire doing a very good job of getting on top of this Roshan. Yeah,
they can't let them get this Aegis. If Silent gets this Aegis, I think the game's over. 2 seconds till terrorise. So
FN coming in the back lines, but he's all alone. What are they setting up for here? As FN having to run around the Roche pit, and in comes Iceberg. The terrorise lands on no one. And not the BKB, we have a duel inside the pit as Ghostic gets taken out. Now comes in that epicenter from up on the high ground. It lands pretty nicely onto 3 heroes, but there's no follow down. Dorian's there, in comes the Eclipse, but it's just the Luna and the Disruptor left. Flight2Moon are really getting the better hand in this fight. They are able to take out the Legion Commander, but now Luna does drop, and the Pushka as well died.
Imagine if they had Exorcism. Oh my god, Empire just kind of committed one by one instead of just all going in, and then Ghostic like blinked in the pit and he was like
messy.
Ghostic went into the pit and he was like, oh my god guys, I'm gonna get Roche. Like,
I think, yeah, I mean, well, we had the Viper duking it around the pit really nicely, and you could kind of feel he was going like, yeah, just get my team on top of me, because he knew that Sanking, if we have a look, was like waiting right here, you know, because he'd 4-star from here to here, and then he was waiting here, so Viper thought, I'll bring them round and get an excellent epicenter on Soup, but it just never happened. Maybe, I don't know, maybe there just wasn't the timing for it, but...
Exorcism's almost up, yeah, here we go.
No, this could be Megas. This could be game even. They don't want to go tier 4s. They think Luna's got a buyback maybe.
They just want to play safe now. There's no need to take unnecessary risks. They're so far ahead in this game, 21k net worth up, so just secure the Megas. Don't do anything stupid.
Yeah. But this is looking very promising. Like, Flight2Moon are going to advance through to the grand finals, which I think is not what a lot of people expected. I think most people's team favourites were Team Spirit, and there we go, GG. Ghostic calls it.
Oh, FN doesn't. FN just leaves. He's not on it.
FN's, yeah. Going home. Well, yeah, you don't need multiple builds to score GG, I guess, and there we go. Game over. Serious though, there. Fly to Moon to take the victory.
Yeah, it felt like Empire were never really in that third game though. They were never ahead.